Hello and welcome to part 2 of the metal zone or plastic zone versus metal zone correction. That's my cat just now, meowing. Okay, so in this video we are going to do the as the manual or service notes recommend us to do. Those are connect audio generator. I don't have an audio. I have an audio generator, but it has some problem in the square wave section. So I'm using another audio function. I'm using a function generator in place of an audio generator, and connect the oscilloscope to the output jack of the pedal itself, and the signal that we are going to feed is feeding into the input of the pedal itself. Turn on the effects and verify the, this is a good word, verify the waveform for each control setting to the illustrated as illustrated below. Japanese English and my English both quite confusing. So yes, we have 6 things to do here, and what I can understand is generally the first procedure is verifying the output, setting the knob to the pictorial guide here. Next is the drive, and then the mid plus the Q. That is the outer ring of the mid knob is the Q, and the center small knob is the mid frequency control. So setting both to the max, and next is the mid response, and then after that is the treble response, and then the lastly is the bass. Some changes here that I've done is the procedure recommend us to use a 5 millivolt peak-to-peak signal amplitude, but I'm not using a 5 millivolts. I'm using 50 millivolts, so it's more realistic to the guitar string output from the pickup itself. So this is too low for me. And let's look at the gig. Clearly it's a bit messed up a bit when you try to do fancy stuff. Then only you realize you're ill prepared for the gig. So there are some wires need to be soldered on a moment's notice. So what are we looking at? We are looking at on my right, or on your right, is the function generator, which displays 200 Hertz at a 50 millivolt amplitude, which is adjusted here. Already done that already. And this signal is feeding. The signal is feeding both of these small wire, and then going to each input of the metal zone. This is the factory one. The factory one will be on channel 2. The for now I'm going to say is a suspected factory original on channel 2, and the modded one, the outer zone, is in channel 1. So we are going to let me do a few multitasking here. So I'm going to put the it's quite hard to see. Not sure which way is better. If like that, then you cannot see the reference voltage. So we're gonna do it this way. Forgive me of the dimness. So both both metal zone, the outer zone and the metal zone, is the knobs are set to the first procedure itself, which is as shown here. So we are going to see the waveform. So the top one, which is this one, is representing the modded metal zone. Below, which is channel 2, is the factory one. So forgive the in and out mic speech volume, because this is on the slightly because my bench is not wide enough. I have to slant it a bit, my setup here. So we see uh, it is very close to the recommended or the printout here, which is this one. And on the modded metal zone, is the signal is very loud. So clearly the modification done here was to increase the output, which is doesn't make sense to me. You have an amplifier to do that. This itself is a preamp. There's a built-in preamp. By default, it's already good enough already. So that's the output procedure done. So the metal zone on the right pass. So we're going to do the number 2, which is increasing the drive to max. All EQ set to 12 o'clock, level to maximum. Okay, let's do the so you can see there is a more increase in terms of signal outputting the modded metal zone. So I have to decrease the volts per division in order for us to see the shape or the outlook of the thing. So let's set the time so that we can see more or less. Yeah. So as you can see, I'm not sure whether you can see or not on display there. Channel 1 is on 2 volt per division. Channel 2 still remains on 5.5 volts. The time is set to half 0.5 millisecond. The manual recommend us to go for a tempo of 1 millisecond, but can I trigger this? Okay, we can trigger. Okay, no problem. So we just might as well follow it. So as you can see, the not very nice. So I'm gonna, yeah, never mind. Should we do chop? Much more better, I think. Alternate is to cut down on the blinking of the camera itself. So as you can see, this is very close to that. I'm sure they're using a very high-end scope, which can gives out more detail of the signal or the wave or the frequency outcome or output. So on the top is the modded metal zone. There's something wrong somewhere. Maybe my function generator is not warm enough. So that's number 2. The verifying the drive as opposed to the printout. Now we go into number 3, which is turning both the middle and the Q to max. Okay. So this one is requiring us to go into 0.1 volts. Okay, I may have to decrease the decrease some more, I think. Maxed out already. Yeah. So more or less it looks let's go into alternate so that we have a more clearer and more brighter 1 millisecond. So as you can see, it's very close. The channel 2 itself, which is the factory metal zone, has the closest signal waveform to the picture itself, whereby the modded one, I have to decrease the volts per division to 5 volt in order for us to see the form itself. So it has a very different, like a Grand Canyon look. Let's go to the next one, which is I think checking the EQ section, the tone text section, which is now we're going to go into the mid. So we turn to 0 the Q, which is this thing for both. And let's try to increase. Cannot. So can we get this on the same volt per division? Okay, we can get it on the same volt per division. The tempo time signature remains the same. Yeah, so we should get something like that. So clearly, yeah, this is the closest, I think, to that picture. Let's go into chop. Yeah, this is the closest signal form to the one printed on the schematic itself. So this now I can verify is a factory close to very close to the factory setup. This is clearly shows nothing like the as opposed to, so more or less like a square wave gone wrong. Yeah, so not sure whether you're getting distortion with this at this setup, because you're more or less getting more or less an amplified tone from your guitar, because what's feeding this is currently a square wave, and what's coming out is a slightly bigger square wave with a not with, it's a deformed square wave a bit, so you're not getting a distortion or heavy metal distortion. So no wonder this friend was pissed off about the sound, so up to the point he called it this metal zone gives out K-pop sound instead of heavy metal. So that's according to him, so I'm not gonna comment anything. Next we're going to go into the treble. So we will see a lot of active shape here, athletic signal. Yeah, to do that we have to set the bass and middle to the center, both mid to the center, back to the before position, the early position, and max the treble. Yeah, let's go into alternate. Yeah, so clearly it's very close. The one that's close to the service note is this one, not that one. That one is totally don't know what shape is that. Yeah. If I go into channel 2 only, so we're gonna look close at the correct. Yeah, that's the yeah, more or less. Yeah, I'm sure they're using much better. I think at Boss Factory they're using much better equipment, testing gear than mine. Yeah, that can reveal a lot of things in detail before they print out the thing itself. So last is the bass response. So we're going to set the EQ to middle position for both, and max out the bass or the low. So yeah, we are getting yeah, it is confirmed. Let me set the yeah, this is confirming the wave is very close to the original one for the factory suspected factory. Now I'm not suspecting this is a factory. This is indeed the factory unit from the factory default original, whatever you may call it. This is the broken outer zone or the outer limit zone of metal zone. So yeah, so again you're getting a deformed square wave there. So clearly I myself personally would be pissed off playing this. What kind of sound it's giving, it's not gonna blend well with heavy metal playing. So that's it for now. I think next we are going to open this both of the unit and look at the difference between the two, and where are the difference, and preparation my plan of clearly there will be some or many parts purchase, maybe passive components such like capacitors, resistors, those kind of thing. Those are not normally the popular mod one. You just change simple thing without changing the core components such as the IC, the transistor, those kind of thing are normally left alone. The changes on the tone are normally done on the passive. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoy this jury rig setup of we confirming visually, not audibly, that there is a difference between there are a lot of difference between these two matter zone unit, and it is confirmed and concurred together with the official boss service notes by doing all the testing procedure. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day. And my apology for taking close to 16 minutes or 17 minutes of your time, and bye bye.